If you can see that narrow strip of trail across the way here from the Royal Palace of Zanskar, it's part of the Padam to Lamaruyu trek. You wouldn't have gone over any passes yet, but if you are considering it, it is a 10 or 11-day trek. You cross over 5 passes, 5,000 meters and up, and it's supposed to be very, very difficult. It's time to hike up to the oldest palace in Zanskar, well over 1,000 years old. The young prince told us that somebody has the keys and will unlock magical things up there. And there it is, way up there. Go Ibi. We're walking through the sacred stupa to the old palace, and you can see the sides have all been reconstructed, but if you look inside, there are still fragments left. Isn't that something? Slowly, slowly, slowly. Now, if you think I knew half of what His Royal Highness was telling me about this Rimchim Panchan something something reincarnations, I'm sorry, I don't. They're working on reconstruction of the old palace, and actually that looks sort of like fun, swishing it down. I imagine it wouldn't be fun after 8 hours of it, but a couple hours of it. Are you entering the old palace? I'm telling you, you have to be half mountain goat to get up and down anything. This was the kitchen of the palace. This gentleman came here and he translated the first Tibetan? No.
He wrote the first English-Tibetan dictionary.
He wrote the first English-Tibetan dictionary.
And the first Tibetan grammar.
There is a group of 18 people here working on reconstructing.
We are running on a micro-donation scheme, so we don't have any big sponsor, we just have smaller private donors.
Do you ever find anything of historical value while you're restoring?
We just found there was a famous Hungarian Orientalist. He's called Ervin Baktai. He came here about roughly 100 years after Csoma.
Okay.
He was researching Csoma's life, so he identified the room where Csoma stayed, and he carved on the wall. And actually he made a stone carving as well, which was placed outside the main entrance of the palace. But unfortunately that at one point just fell off.
And this was the original part of Zangla, and it was a fortified village. You can still see the walls around it. Gorgeous supports that are still original. Honey, turn around for a second. Look at your black t-shirt. We put on clean t-shirts today. Turn around a little bit so I can see your back. You can see your rear end. You see the dust. Oh, this one's 16th century.
Yes. There is another palace, an older one, from the 11th century. The roof looked like that when we came here.
Well, I'm all dirty and filthy from examining the 900-year-old original palace. Now there is one that's older, the oldest one in Zanskar, but there's nothing left of it. That one is about 2,000 years old and it's just a shell, nothing to see. Very interesting. They only get a few tourists a day who come out here. It's worthwhile if you don't mind getting dirty, filthy.
This is what happens when you put on clean pants in the morning. They don't look clean in the afternoon.
Clean shirt, clean pants, oh well.